Excel Module 2, pages 75 through 79. All right, on page 75, just go ahead and read about using functions and formulas to calculate the sales data. This is important because I don't want you just to click buttons. You actually need to understand what we're calculating. So it's going to explain to you gross sales, cost of sales, operating expenses, net profit and loss, units sold, customers served. So go ahead and read through that, pause the video and do that before we flip over to the next page. All right, at the top of page 76, to calculate Morning Bean's sales and profit loss, click the Sales Report Sheet tab to make the Sales Report Worksheet active. Okay, right there, click it. Click cell C6, so here's C and here's 6. We're going to calculate the gross sales. Type the formula, the sum of C27 through N46. You can type it in by hand, you can type equals sum, and then click on your range. I like to use my auto sum. So this is the sum of C27, so we're going to scroll down. Here's C27. We're going to go all the way over to N, and we're going to drag down. Okay, and we're going to select all of these sales figures down here. Okay, so that you can, and again, if you miss, it's no big deal. Just redrag it. And you can look right here and see that says equals sum C27 through N46. When you have that correct, press your Enter key to make Excel accept the formula. Your answer should be 9,880,800. If you do not have this same number, stop right now and see how your formula differs from mine and correct it now. Okay, just pause the video and fix it if you don't have it right. All right, step number 3. In cell C9, which is right here, we're going to calculate the net profit or loss. Enter the formula equals C6 minus, so equals C6 minus, open paren, C7, so C7, right there, plus C8. Okay, take a look right now. It should say equals C6 minus, open paren, C7 plus C8. If you don't have that right, fix it. If you do have it correct, press the closing parentheses and press your Enter key. And you'll see right there, our net profit or loss is right there. And it should say $2,299,900. Okay, if you don't have that right, stop, pause the video, go back, and figure out what you got wrong and fix it now. Step number 4, copy the formula in cell C9. So make sure you're in cell C9. Okay, and we're going to copy that formula and paste it into cell D9. So there's a lot of different ways to do this. Okay, you can copy and paste, you can right click it, you can go up here, you can do all that, or you can be me and you can get on that lower right hand corner, get a black plus sign. Okay, it has to be black, it cannot be white, and just pull it over into cell D9. Okay, and you'll see that it copied the formula, but it updated it and incremented to be in column D. So take a look, C6 minus C7 plus C8. This is now D6 minus D7 plus D8. And that's the fastest, easiest way to do it, even though your book probably hasn't actually taught you how to do it like that yet. And they want you to do a whole lot of copy and paste and all that. But, you know, fastest, easiest way is how you should do it. And the answer should come out to 2,273,220. Okay, make sure you hit save because you're doing a lot of work and you don't want to lose anything. Read that quickie little paragraph right there on the middle of page 76. And when you've done that, let's move on to calculate the per store statistics. In cell C16. Okay, I'm in C16. That's our gross sales. Enter the formula equals C6 divided by C23. So equals C6. Remember dividing the little slash mark? You can look at it over on your numeric keypad and it's right above the 8. C6 divided by C23. Now again, if you click the wrong cell, no big deal. Just get up here, erase the wrong cell by backspacing it out, and click the correct cell. Okay, so it should say equals C6 divided by C23. Then go ahead and press your Enter key to make the computer accept the formula. And you should come out to $494,040. All right, once you have that correct, let's go on to cell C17. So you should be right now in cell C17. Enter the formula equals C7 divided by C23 equals C7 divided by C23. Flick your eyes up to that formula bar and make sure you have that correct. And when you do, press your Enter key. And you should come out with 138,540. I'm going to hit save right now because I don't want to lose any of this. Step number 3. In cell C18, enter the formula equals C8, so C8 divided by C23. Again, always check your formula, then press your Enter key if you have it correct. And your answer should be $240,505. In cell C19, equals C29 divided by C23. So equals, excuse me, C9, not C29, C9 equals C9 divided by C23. Again, eyes always flick up here. Make sure it's completely correct. Press your Enter key. And you should come out with 114,995. In cell C21. Now, this time we've got to move. We're down here. We're in cell C21. Make sure you're in C21 and not C20. Enter the formula equals C11 divided by C23. Check and make sure it's right. Press your Enter key. You should have 72,655. In cell C22, the formula is equals C12 divided by C23. C12 divided by C23. Press your Enter key, and you should have 10,255. Okay, do a quick check, please, and make sure you have all of your totals correct, all your formulas, the values are correct. And when you're sure you have that all correct, let's go on to step number 7. Copy the formulas in the range C16 through C22 and paste them into the range D16 through D22. So we want C16 through 22, right? So C16 through C22. And then we want to copy them. So again, let's just use our little handle right here when it has to be the black plus sign. And when you have that black plus sign, press it down, hold on, and pull right to the right into D and let go. And you'll see that we have all these same formulas copied over here, but they're working on the correct formulas in column D. Perfect. Okay, now in your textbook on page 77, you're going to see figure 2-7, and that's going to allow you to check all these figures that we just did right here and make sure that they're correct. So take a minute and stop, because you always want to correct now and not find your mistakes, 200 steps later. You want to find the mistakes now and get them corrected. So stop the video, check these numbers, and make sure that everything is correct based on page 77, figure 2-7. Okay, when you finish that, go ahead on page 77 and read. There's just a couple little paragraphs right there so that you'll understand what we're doing now, which is percent change. So make sure you read that. And when you get finished with that, on the bottom of page 77, to calculate the net and percent changes in cell E6. Okay, so we're on E6. We're going to calculate our net change. Enter the formula equals C6 minus D6. So C6 minus D6. Go ahead and press your Enter key, and you should get 1,280,004. All right, in cell F6. Okay, now this is all highlighted in yellow in your book, so you want to be careful. Make sure you read your little box that warns you about your in parentheses and how you have to put them in correctly. Okay, so in cell F6, first of all, I'm going to check right here, make sure that I'm in the right cell, and I am. Enter the formula equals, open paren, C6 minus D6, so C6 minus D6, close paren, divided by D6. Okay, so let's take a quick look and make sure we have it right. Equals C6 minus D6, we have our parentheses correct, divided by D6. When you're 100% sure that's right, go ahead and press your enter key. Okay, and you're going to see it returns 0.1488239. Next, we're going to copy and paste the formulas in E6 and F6 to the rest of the sales data to calculate the net change and percent change from the previous year to the current year. So select E6 to F6, and we're going to copy the selected range into a non-adjacent range. Okay, so this time we're going to copy, okay? So we are going to either right-click and hit copy or reach up here on your Home tab, the clipboard group, and click copy. And you'll see the dancing ants, the green selection that goes around it to ensure that we have both of those copied. Okay? Now, we need to select E7 to F9, E11 to F12, E16 to F19, and E21 to F23. Remember, you have to use your control key to do this. So we're going to start with E7 to F9. So, E7 to F9, right? Now we want E11, this is where your control key comes in, control E11 through F12, okay? And then E16 to F19. So this is E16, remember to use that control key, to F19, and then E21 to F23. And when you have those all selected correctly, and if you missed and you have to start over, it's no big deal, just try it again. But when you have that all selected correctly, go ahead and hit paste, and it's going to paste in all of those formulas. Press your escape key. We're just going to turn off that copy and deselect, and go ahead and turn to page 78. On page 78, at the top, you're going to find figure 2-8 that's going to allow you to check all of these figures. And again, I'll tell you, this is the time to pause the video and look for mistakes now so that you don't find them when your homework's all completely done and have to come back, backtrack, and try and hunt down what you did wrong. This is the time to find it, is right now. So I'm actually looking at mine while I do it too. So go ahead and pause the video and just check them all and make sure they're correct. And if not, you need to go back and do those last couple of steps again. Okay, when you've corrected all of that and make sure it's all right, go to the middle of page 78, and there's a short paragraph right there. When you've read that, go down to the bottom of page 78 where it says to calculate different subtotals of the gross sales. Step number 1, click in your name box and type O26. Make sure you're using an O and not a 0. And press your enter key. Okay, because that's going to jump your insertion point to O26 right there. Type total in all caps. And then press your enter key. O27 is now your active cell. On the ribbon, click the Home tab if you're not already on it. I'm on it. If you're not, just click on your Home tab right there. In the editing group, click the Auto Sum button. Okay? First of all, Home tab, Editing group, click Auto Sum. You're going to see that the suggested range is C27 through N27, and that's correct. So go ahead and hit your enter key to select it, accept it, excuse me. Okay, and that cell should show you 370,000. Step number 5. Copy the formula in cell O27 and paste it into O28 through O46. Okay, so we want to take this formula and we want to copy it all the way down to O46. So let's just grab that fill handle and pull straight down until we get to 46. And if you go beyond it like that, just pull back up and then let go. Got it? Okay, click cell B47. So let's go to, scroll over, B47, and type total, again in all caps, and press your tab key, which is going to put you into cell C47. Select the range C47 to O47 so that you can calculate the total monthly sales all at the same time. All right, so this time we're going to do it a little bit differently, and we're going to select C47 through O47. And again, you can see I'm running all over the place. When you do that, just pick it right back up, get the right area, and when you have it, go to the top of page 79, and on the Home tab in the Editing group, click AutoSum. Isn't that easy? So now we just AutoSummed all of those columns. Deselect. Now, on page 79, you have all of the totals listed in figure 2-9. So go ahead and check all your totals right now, and you're ready to move on to the next video when you have all of those correct.